That's Virginia students being courageous, serving a lawsuit to the Loudoun County School Board over the mask mandates in the schools, but the school board members refusing to take the legal documents, telling the protesters to give them to the Loudoun County Public Schools. This comes after multiple blue states suddenly lifting mask mandates in the past 48 hours because, you know, the science and stuff. All right, folks, welcome back to The Count, where we're counting down the major stories of the week. We're moving on to story number 3, unmasking our kids. Our next guest's daughter got suspended for not wearing her mask correctly and is one of the kids we just showed you serving the school board with lawsuit. Sweet, sweet victory. Joining us now to discuss is the founder of Parents Against Critical Race, Scott Minnow. Scott, appreciate you being here.
Carl, thanks for having me.
All right, so look, Scott, I'm on Team Scott. Okay, so I have been pounding the podium at school boards, trying to get the mask off my kids. I live in the Socialist Republic of Connecticut, and I've been doing it this whole time. Okay, I am with you on this. There's mixed reactions, though. There's a bunch of people who are, still stuck in this ivory tower saying, no, I know I don't wear a mask anywhere like Stacey Abrams, but your kids have to wear a mask. What do you say to those people?
Wear a mask. We're 2, we're 10. I don't really care. It's our choice whether or not our kid wishes to wear a mask. And just to clear the record, my daughter was suspended for 2 weeks for not wearing a mask. And by not obeying or complying with the comrades at the high school.
Good for her for standing up. That's another thing too, is a lot of people ask me, they hit me up on social media or even in local Greenwich, Connecticut, and say, well, what do we do? How do we stop it? I said, just send your kid to school without a mask. Tell them to stand up. And when they get in trouble, they call you. What was your response to the school board when they said, we're suspending your daughter for not wearing a mask?
So I sent them an email. She was suspended on February 2nd. So I sent them an email that Friday because a bunch of pictures had surfaced of other kids and individuals in her school without a mask right after she was suspended. And I said, I'm nullifying your suspension of my daughter, and we'll be in to talk about it. So we went in on last Tuesday, the day of that school board meeting, and we sat down with the principal. His name is the acting principal. His name is Calvin Adams, right? He's a sheep. He is an absolute sheep. And my daughter sat there and interrogated the man. It's on video for 1 minute until he finally said he does not know why she was suspended.
We actually have the song. I want to play it real quick.
I have a question. What's the difference between me coming in without a mask and some of my friends wearing it hanging from their ears below their noses? What's the difference between them?
When students are not wearing their mask correctly, they are reminded, and I'm sure that there are times when students are not wearing their mask correctly, but we do our best to ensure that they are.
But what's the difference? It's the same concept. It's off their face just like me, except I'm the only one that removes it completely. What's the difference other than that?
I understand students should be wearing their mask at all times, and we take action when we see it.
And if they most of them choose not to comply, but why don't you suspend them for not complying?
Students do comply. In my experience, students do comply if their mask is not being worn correctly, and I remind them they do.
I've been wearing my mask below my face this entire year. Not once has any teacher told me to pull it up, and I've never pulled it up. And I haven't been suspended until I completely removed it to my face. Can you explain that to me?
I cannot.
You see the problem we're having here? There is no consistency. Like my daughter pointed out some very good points. And you don't have an answer.
I mean, this is a sorry excuse for an authoritative figure in our children's school, I must say so myself. What are the next actions that you guys are taking? What is it, legally, socially, what are you guys doing, and what are the next steps?
So if I could just add real quick, as soon as we left that meeting, we walked past the auditorium, and there was a room full of kids without masks on. So I called that principal into the hallway, and I started having it out with him and say, come on, I want all these kids suspended. Where's your policy? What's going on here? Come on, Calvin, give me the answer.
His name's Calvin?
And he said, I have to go to the meeting to go to. And I said, go out to your meeting. I'm going to stand here and take pictures of every person not wearing a mask.
Yeah, you know what this is? They are, and this drives me absolutely bananas, because they have no there's no science to back it up anymore. Kids don't need to wear these masks, and they're so afraid of just saying, hey guys, my bad, maybe we got it wrong. They can't even say, oh, the science has been updated and we're gonna just back down. It is about winning for them, and it has nothing to do with what is best for our children. Countless studies out there are showing that this is bad for development, socially, verbally, educationally. Scott, so your daughter is back in school now, or she's still suspended?
No, she's still suspended from 2 schools, right? Because she goes to a STEM school and she goes to the high school. So she's suspended from both schools.
Okay, so you're taking legal action on them?
So the county, there's a lawsuit pending. It goes to court on Wednesday. Governor Youngkin and AG Meares are involved in that. However, there's been a rush to get some legislation passed between the Senate and the House, and I believe there's an emergency order that's being passed, and we're hopeful that hopefully by Tuesday that it will become law, and that we will absolutely be able to, go back to school come Wednesday, is the hope, without a mask.
So, Scott, the result of the lawsuit, desired end result, you're seeking monetary damages, you're seeking any of that, or you're just seeking to say your policy is terrible?
Well, your policy's terrible. I mean, I want my kids in school. I'll go after them another way, but right now the mission is to get them back in school.
Yeah. I mean, noble concept, Scott. You are a truly good father. We appreciate everything you're doing. Do not give up this fight. If there's anything I can do to help you, you let me know.
No, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Coming up on the count is President Biden.